In this wonderful world we live in, we are blessed with a massive amount of diversity, especially in the animal kingdom. It goes without saying that some of the animals on this planet look significantly more bizarre than others. So in this video, we are going to discuss the strangest animals in the world. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Great Potu. A master of camouflage, the great Potu is a carnivorous bird that lives mostly in tropical America. Much like owls, this species is nocturnal. It preys on large insects and small vertebrates, which it captures in sallies from high perches. Remaining completely still, the great Potu blends in with its surroundings by mimicking a tree stump or branch as it patiently waits for unsuspecting prey. And it doesn't even give itself away by opening its eyes. Thanks to tiny openings below their eyelids, this nocturnal bird can see even when its eyes are closed, helping them spot even the most minute amount of movement. Pangolin. Pangolins are truly bizarre creatures that look a bit like armored anteaters. In fact, another name for them is scaly anteaters. Amazingly though, they are much more closely related to dogs, cats, and even seals than to anteaters or armadillos, the mammals they most resemble. Despite their strange looks, we think pangolins are actually quite cute, with their beady eyes and big feet, and of course their habit of curling up into a ball when they're threatened. A good place to go to try to spot pangolins is sub-Saharan Africa, where 3 different subspecies may be spotted. Sadly, many species of pangolin have become critically endangered in Africa, as well as Asia due to intensive illegal hunting and poaching for their meat and scales. Tarsier. With each eye as big as its brain, the tarsier has the largest eyes in relation to the body size of any mammal. But with such huge eyes, they can't move them like we can, instead swiveling their whole head 180 degrees like an owl. This helps them silently look for prey, and they're the only completely carnivorous primate, no plants at all. And this strategy has proved successful. Tarsiers are some of the oldest living primates on the planet, dating back at least 55 million years. This potentially dates them to the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, a time when Earth experienced a sudden and extreme warming, widely linked to the rise of mammals on Earth. Tasmanian Devil. The Tasmanian devil is the largest carnivorous marsupial in the world. Though devils may resemble a small dog, these nocturnal animals carry their young in pouches and are more closely related to wallabies than canines. In recent years, Tasmanian devil populations have plummeted in the wake of a naturally occurring cancer called devil facial tumor disease. However, caretakers at the Tasmanian Devil Zoo, a wildlife sanctuary dedicated to rehabilitating devils and researching the disease, say that the animals are adapting to fight back. Okapi. Also known as the zebra giraffe, the okapi is actually a close relative of the giraffe, but is not any sort of hybrid. This strange and weirdly attractive animal is about 4.9 feet tall at the shoulder and about 8 feet in length. Females are a bit taller. Its neck is long, but not as long as its cousin, and it has a sleek dark brown or reddish-brown coat, and those zebra stripes on the legs and hindquarters. Male, but not female okapi have ossicones on their heads. The animal is endangered and is found naturally only in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The okapi is endangered and a favorite whenever it appears in zoos. Zoos that feature the okapi include the Bronx Zoo, the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, the Dallas Zoo, the Blank Park Zoo in Des Moines, and the St. Louis Zoo. Megamouth Shark. This shark, Megatasma, looks fearsome with its tub-sized mouth, but it's a peaceable plankton feeder, much like basking and whale sharks. Discovered only in 1976, it is an elusive species that lives deep in the warmer waters of all the world's oceans. Unlike other sharks, it is not a champion swimmer, has a soft body, and seems to exert minimum energy to keep itself moving. It has a white belly and is brown, dark blue, or gray at the top. It also has weird, prominent lips. The mouth of the megamouth can be over 4 feet wide and has as many as 50 rows of little teeth in the upper jaw and 75 rows in the lower. The shark can grow as long as 18 feet and weigh over 2 tons. Its conservation status is least concern. But then again, scientists don't actually know how many megamouth sharks there are. Hairy frog. Hair and fur are usually attributes of mammals and maybe some insects, but they're almost never seen on amphibians and reptiles. The hairy frog, also known as the wolverine or horror frog, is an exception. The males of these frogs, which grow about 4 to 5 inches long, develop what seem like hairs on their sides and their thighs during the breeding season. They're not really hairs but dermal papillae, and they have arteries that help the frog absorb more oxygen. They operate very much like the gills the frog has while it's a tadpole. The male frog will need the extra oxygen because after the female lays eggs in the water, he's the one who guards them. Another unusual thing about this frog is that it has retractable claws like Wolverine. The claws are made out of bone, and they can only be averted if the frog breaks the bones in its own toe and allows the claw to rip through its skin. This frog is found in West Africa. Sponge. The sponge is one of those marine animals that looks like a plant but isn't. Indeed, the sponge can't even be said to look like a plant as much as an organism that dropped in from outer space. Made up of unspecialized cells interspersed with channels and pores, this animal has no digestive system. It does not have a brain or a nervous system. It does not have a circulatory system. It has no internal organs. It is only alive because the ocean currents bring it food and oxygen and remove waste products. The sponge was the first animal to differentiate itself from the common ancestor shared by every animal and was probably around as long as 750 million years ago. Yet sponge life is surprisingly complex, and the study of these creatures is called spongiology. Blobfish. Another entry as one of the world's ugliest creatures, this pinkish-white fish has the face of a disgruntled old man. Also called the fat head, it is found in the deep waters off New Zealand and Australia. One blobfish was retrieved from a depth of 3,900 feet. To be fair, the blobfish doesn't really look like its most famous photograph. When it is pulled up from the depths of the ocean too quickly, it suffers such trauma that it collapses into a blob. Most blobfish that have been captured are about a foot long and weigh about 4 pounds. It is probably an ambush predator or simply snaps up any food that comes close enough. Tardigrade. Also called the water bear, animalcule, and moss piglet, this microscopic creature is nearly indestructible. It is also everywhere. It is in the Antarctic and in bodies of water. It is in rainforests and mud volcanoes and deserts. It has even survived being exposed to outer space itself. It can live through temperatures that approach absolute zero and temperatures that are as high as 300 degrees Fahrenheit. It can tolerate radiation and levels of pressure that would kill a human being. If it must, the tardigrade can go without food and water for 30 years or more and endure being dehydrated for a decade. A tiny, fat, segmented beastie with 8 legs and clawed feet, it eats one-celled plant material and invertebrates smaller than itself. Count on the water bear to be around till the heat death of the universe. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.